Hey now. What is going on, man? Hey now. Hey guys, what is going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh man. Ooh. Today we have come together today for a very short, specific round table, a brief discussion on Sample Tank 4. I think I gave the wrong impression yesterday, and I think I've realized that maybe I was just like misunderstood, and from the beginning, before we started this whole thing, we never put in. I never put in. Blame me. I never put into context, and that what we're doing, and we're reviewing. We're reviewing in a very critical fashion, or I am. I'm putting this new product up against a bunch of stuff that I already have and heard and have played. And so I'm already set a level of what I'm expecting out of this. That and the advertising I've heard. But more importantly is that we're talking about tools. We're just talking about a very subjective subject. And all of the tools mentioned, whether it be Omnispheres, Real Guitar, Orange Tree Samples, NI, whatever. Hell, I like Applied Acoustics. Not all their stuff, but I love IK Media. I love Moto Bass. I've used Sample Tank 3 on all kinds of shit. Stuff I really like, stuff I don't like that much, but I've had tremendous fun with Sample Tank 3. I used their organs on a bunch. They were like the only organs I had for a while. And this new upgrade, I'm going to be using Sample Tank 4 on all kinds of shit. All kinds. I mean, I can't wait. I'm going to lay all kinds of tracks with that shit. So, as I'm doing this this review, you hear me say stuff like, "Oh, this sucks. It plays like shit," and I'm just really ruthless and brutal. But that's just, it's just I'm being a fucking critic. Fuck me, screw me. That's just I'm listening for what I need and what I expect, and you should be listening for what you need. I think my I was just going through like orchestral things, and I said, I just hated. Remember that? I didn't like going through that orchestral stuff at all. I really just didn't like any of it. But one guy commented. He said, "Hey, all this plays the way it should play. It sounds the way it should sound. You're expecting some other genre. You're looking for something more contemporary. You're not going to get natural vibrato, out of an orchestral sample." And I think he's 100% right. Absolutely. I'm looking for something different. So everyone is going to get something different out of this. And if you order this, if you got it, don't even for a second think you wasted your money on a product that's not worth it. It's absolutely worth a couple $100, $300. It has a shit ton of sounds in it. Very playable. Most of them. There's some stinkers, but there's some stinkers and everything. And it's really a wonderful, if we're just going to be frank, it's a wonderful. You can't find workhorses like that anymore. It's kind of a last of a dying breed where you have an interface like that and it's all set up in one with, it's just, you don't see that much anymore. Something that we used to see a long time ago with, there was one that East West put out called Monster, the Monster of Zeus or something like that. It was just a huge, but they don't put Swiss Army knives anymore. We'll go to some comments. This gentleman says, agreed. The magic for me is Sample Tank is stacking instruments, though. For someone who has the time, like me, this can create some extremely rare and creative sounds to compete with today's market. But I get it. Not everyone wants to do this. And so, he's absolutely right. Again, Sample Tank allows you to take any of its massive library of sounds, tweak them till your freaking heart's content, use some of the best effects in the industry. Let's not forget, Sample Tank has T-Rex effects on board. And that right there is 150, 200 freaking bucks. And we've heard what those effects can do, how they can manipulate those sounds and make them sound just freaking amazing. Go on to and so, you take any of these sounds, you got 16 channels to stack them up with. And maybe that's the problem is with these presets that we're hearing, is they weren't sufficiently cared for by the initial sound developers, sound program to make interesting. But we haven't even gone through the combos yet. So you can make huge sounds with this thing. Another guy, basically referring historically, Sample Tank suffered by being late to the 64-bit party, and now decades later, the sample streaming party. So its samples were never going to compete with the larger specialized libraries running in streaming players. The advantages and necessities of routing several tracks to a single instance of something like Sample Tank have mostly been erased by huge hardware advances. I still think it has a place as a decent multi-tempo bread and butter plugin, especially for the T-Rex effects and ease of use relative to perimeter dense environments of Halion and Kontakt. You ever try to edit something in Kontakt? Have fun. I mean, I can bitch about looking for the polyphony in IK because I gave it 5 minutes to do, but once I know where it is, it's IK. It's just really dead simple. I mean, there's nothing more simple than making those drum patterns in IK. Just assigning drum patterns to tracks. It's just brilliantly simple. I think those are the only. I think that last comment just basically summed it up perfectly. And so, closing, I just really want to stress that I'm being an asshole about this instrument, and I'm doing it on purpose. Otherwise, people that have a shit ton of these plugins and are just spoiled like I am, and have heard all these freaking cool sounds, they're gonna give me shit for fucking letting IK off the freaking hook easy and lying about the sound quality. You can hear for yourself. I can't lie. But to anyone thinking that this is just a piece of shit and that it's useless, waste of my money, I would say you're absolutely wrong. There's snobs out there. You got everything. You don't need this because you have everything. And you can say, dude, that's a piece of shit. Fuck you. It's still a piece of shit, and it always will. I get it. But dude, everyone else, it's not a piece of shit. It has a shit ton of great sounds. You can make freaking huge, complex songs that sound freaking great. It's just all about the work you want to put into it. So, that's all I got to say. And I will continue to do reviews on Sample Tank and show what I know about Sample Tank and share. I'll continue to use it. I'm going to record with it. I look forward to using all those freaking organs. I look forward to using those EPs. I look forward to using those analog sounds and those arpeggios. I look forward to picking that thing for any sound that I may run into having to need. And so, the more the merrier. That's all I got to say. I will see you guys soon. Take care.